Hey, good morning team, it's Mr. Whitley and today's lesson is for Tuesday, April 21st. I hope you guys have been able to go outside. It's been a little chillier than we expected, but at least we're able to get outside and do some walking or playing outside, burn off some of that energy. You don't want to be stuck inside the entire time. So you guys have been working on your new packet for about a week now. Remember, if you have any questions, have your mom or dad give me a Bloom's message, okay? Also, on Mondays, it's when I send out the links to the new geodes. So the news story this week should be tongue versus stomach, which is kind of a silly one where it pretends like the stomach can talk and the tongue can talk, and they talk about the things that they can do as far as being part of the digestive process. So it's actually really cool. There's a video that reads it to you. There's also a page where you can flip through the book electronically and read it as well. Both those are great. I would definitely check those out. Miss Cincy asked me to send you out an assignment yesterday, so give that a try. I hope you guys enjoyed the science and art activities on Friday. I'll give you more this Friday. Remember, those lessons along with these are just for extra practice. You don't have to turn anything in. They're not for a grade. It's just to kind of help you keep caught up and give you some interesting things to do at home, because I know sometimes it gets boring watching Netflix or playing video games all day. I don't play video games. So anyway, we're going to jump into foundations. So we have been talking about vowel teams, double vowel teams, and one of the double vowel teams we've been talking about is AW, that ah sound that the AW can make. And so we've talked about specific words where they have the AW, the ah sound in them. Like the first one that we have here is straw. So remember, when you have a double vowel team, we put two fingers together and we tap them once. So those two letters make that one sound, therefore they get one tap. So in this case we do ah, straw, and then we mark it up, okay? And then let's do another one. Let's do one at home. Let's do claw, claw. So think about that K sound. Remember, if it's a K sound but it comes before an A, then it's probably going to be a C in this case. So K, L, all, the two fingers, one tap, K, L, all. So if you have a paper or pencil to write it down, I would do C, L, A, W. We clap it out. We already know it's going to be one syllable because there's one vowel. Claw. We scoop it, underline, K, L, A, double vowel team, okay, and circle it. Let's do another one. Let's do a simple one. So saw, like it could be like I cut a log with a saw, or I saw you. So saw. So we have our two fingers put together for that one tap. Even if it's two letters, it gets one tap because it's one sound. So we hear the s, all. We could clap it out, but we already know it's one syllable because that's one vowel. Saw, scoop it, circle it, double vowel team, okay? Let's do yawn. So let's think about y, ah, y, ah. So the AW gets the two fingers together, one tap, So we hear the Y, ah, AW, N, let's clap it, yawn, scoop it, circle the double vowel team. Now let's add a suffix. Let's not have it be yawn, let's have it be past tense, yawn, like we already did it. Yawned. You hear that d sound, we know that's one of the three sounds that the suffix ed can make. So we turn it into yawned. It's past tense. So let's do a different one. Let's do squaw. So squaw, squaw. We have the S. You hear that Q and the U. You know they're buddy letters. They're always together. If there's a Q, there's going to be U. And A, W. Let's scoop that. Squaw. I'm just going to mark up the double vowel team at this moment. D. That's an interesting one because it's not something about a word that we use a lot. But when we were talking about our study for wit and wisdom in the when the pioneers are traveling through the West, we talked about Native Americans as squaw, the ladies. So that's an interesting word. All right, so if you can think of any other words that have the ah sound, that have the AW in them, go ahead and write those up at home, and we're going to jump into our math. Now, like I said last week, if we were in class, we'd be getting ready for our math test. Yesterday we looked at a math test question. Today we're going to look at another math test question. It's going to feature our Mr. Jeremiah today, so hopefully he's watching from YouTube. In this case, I want to read a story problem with him in it. So Jeremiah counted the leaves on his plant once a month for 4 months. Oh my goodness. Describe how the number of leaves on the plant changed from May 1st to August 1st. We're going to make a bar graph to solve the problem. So here's our bar graph. I've already filled it out. I gave it a title, Jeremiah's Plant. We have the months down here. Here are the 4 months. He started on May 1st, then he measured on June 1st, and then July 1st, and August. Down here our label is date. So we're talking about the date, so we could even put the months here. On the side, we have 0 through 10. It's the number of leaves that Jeremiah counted on his plant. So I'm going to have to go through and give you the information. So on May 1st, he had 2 leaves on his plant. Now if you want to pause the video, or if you want to grab a piece of paper, or if you already have one, you want to take a second and draw this up. I have 10 rows, 4 columns in it, and feel free to fill that out. If you don't want to, totally cool, just going to follow along with me at home. So on May 2nd, he had 2 leaves, so I'd fill in 2 rows going up from 0, 1, and 2. On June 1st, he had 4 leaves. 2, 3, 4. Make sure it goes up to the number 4 line. Right off the bat, we can tell information about his plant. The number of leaves have doubled. That means he went from 2 to 4. 2 2s equal 4, so it's double, twice as much. On July 1st, we have 6 leaves on his plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you probably from home are noticing a pattern, how this is increasing, meaning it's getting bigger. It went up to the first, from the first month to the second month, and it went from another 2 from the second month to the third month. And the last one, on August, he counted 8 leaves. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a total of 8. So the big thing is he wants to describe how his plant, the number of plant leaves changed from his first month to his last month. Well, let's look what he has. He started out on May 1st with 2 leaves. He ended up on August 1st with 8 leaves. And we can put it a couple ways. We know that, hey, the number of leaves increased by how many? 2 here, 2 here, 2 there. So it increased by 2 each month. We also know, starting out with 2 and ending up with 8, there was an increase of 6 leaves from the first month to the last month. So those are 2 things, or 2 ways that we can answer that question, okay? Remember, whenever you're making a bar graph, you need to have your title, you need to tell us what information we're seeing at the bottom and on the side there. And bar graphs are there for one purpose, to provide you information in a way that's easy to see and to pull that information quickly from, okay? All right, so in a second, we're gonna jump over to our couch, our futon, and we are going to talk about our paths lesson, and then we're going to start a story, okay? I'll talk to you in a moment.